Namaskar, hello and welcome to this special interaction today. We are joined by one of the inspiring young minds, Dr. Jalachari Ella. She is the corporate strategy head with Bharat Biotech. At the same time, they have come up with a foods related venture which we'll be talking about in our special interaction. Thank you very much, Dr. Ella, for joining us. First of all, by profession, you are a doctor, a dermatologist, and now you have ventured into your family business. What is that keeps you driving in this?
I'm a dermatologist, passed out 11 years ago and joined the family business at that time. And our family business is in the life sciences sector, biotech specifically, and we are in the manufacturing of vaccines. We globally and domestically supply vaccines across the world. We've recently gotten into FMCG and the food and agri sector. And I think the drive comes from what we do best, which is a bit of R&D and innovation. And we wanted to extrapolate that and implement that in the food and agri sector as well. And like I mentioned before, some of the tenets of quality for us is efficacy, safety, and good GMP. And that's what we want to mimic also in the food and agri sector, because we feel that quality parameters are not really being looked at in the manner that it should be. And then another aspect of it is also food ingredients, and should not be thought of as only for sustenance and filling your belly. There can be a nutritive value, a preventative value, and a curative value also. So we feel food can do that for you, and we're just trying to do our best in that project as well.
Great. One thing that always comes is there is a challenge of maintaining that standards and quality, which you said, which is lacking. You must be facing several challenges. And what are they and how are you overcoming them?
So I think with food, the challenges always arise with food has to taste good. At the end of the day, you can do whatever you want, but the consumer has to like your product, and also it has to taste good. Now, to achieve that and also to maintain a sense of quality and good manufacturing and safe manufacturing processes, that's where we excel at. Manufacturing is something that is easy for us to do. We're used to checklists and abundant checklists to tick off. Did we do this right? Did we do that right? Because of our experience in handling global regulatory bodies. So that's just something that we took from our manufacturing pipelines, and we kind of extrapolated it here in the food sector as well. And I think the only thing is just trying to keep the food sustainable, standardized, tasting great, the packaging looking a little novel, and trying to address the market's concerns and trying to educate the customer, I think, has been our biggest challenge. To educate you or anybody here in this room that an ingredient needs to be safe is not something that anybody thinks about. So that's a kind of a problem that we're facing, but we're enjoying, trying to start that communication plan.
Great. Research and R&D is one of the key parts of Bharat Biotech, a vaccine producing firm. That must be helping even in the food. And how do you deal with the farmers and the production? How do you, and also the land area, the production, how do you take the raw food?
So that's a good point you made. With R&D and innovation, something that we've brought into food and agri is, it's not the same processes, obviously, in life sciences. But we've brought in innovative manufacturing processes like cryogenics, cold pasteurization, natural fermentation techniques, which all not only enhance the ingredient that you're consuming, but also prevents any type of microbial contamination that may be there in the raw ingredient or raw material procured. So that's something we've really excelled at, and we've set it up in a 100-acre food park outside Bangalore. It's around 30 minutes away from Whitefield, and that's where we have our manufacturing facilities. And it's in a food park. It's called Ella Foods. The company is called Ella Foods. We've named it after our family name. And that's risky, and also I think the reason why we did that is we want to stand by it. We wanted to have that integrity to be able to stand by the product, put our name on it, and be able to give you the quality that the customer deserves. And coming to your second question with regards to procurement of raw materials from farmers, we are closely working with farmers to grow ingredients the way we see fit, and where we see it being qualitative, low residues, low pesticides. We're not organic, but we try to inculcate good farming practices, like how you say manufacturing processes, we want to do that to the farmer. See, there's not much we have to teach the Indian farmer. The Indian farmer is very intelligent. There's not much we have to teach. It's just a bit of tweaking to make it to a standard and a level that is a global standard. And the way we look at it, it shouldn't be a global standard or the export quality is good for India. It should be the Indian quality should be good for the globe.
Yeah.
And that's what we want to achieve in the food and agri sector.
So, touching upon those points, you are also saying that a lot of exports from India can also be in the coming days.
Absolutely.
Or it's already happening.
Yeah, so it's already happening. We export robustly a very large volume of mangoes. We're now the third largest exporter of mangoes.
Oh, great.
Mangoes, as every Indian knows, we have the best mango in the world.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the world doesn't know that.
Yes.
So we're trying to educate the customer, especially in markets like Australia, UK. And
Okay.
the largest market is USA, where we have the largest growing Indian population. And something that we specialize in is the South Indian varieties of mangoes. We do the Alfonsos, we do the Dasheris, and the Kesars. But our specialty is the South Indian mangoes, the Banganpallis, the Chinnarasalu, Pedarasalu, the Imayats. And that population, South Indian population, is really growing in the US. So we've tapped into that market, and huge volumes have been going out. We've crossed 1,000 metric tons this year. We will be crossing that again next year for the next mango season, which will begin in March. So we're already actively exporting. It's just the finished goods line that we're launching now very soon in the GCC Gulf countries, Dubai and Saudi Arabia to be exact. We will be launching in USA also, and UK and Australia is also on our target.
Amazing. Bharat Biotech has made us proud by really providing vaccines during the very crucial time, pandemic time, that's Corona.
Yeah.
And we are glad, and another reason to feel proud is Ella Foods is also going global. Thank you very much for that. And what would be your message for the youngsters who look up to their career and their professions in the future?
I think the best advice I could give is be true to yourself, be true to the work that you do, and both personally and professionally, and especially in a business side of things or professional side of things. Be ethical, be transparent in your communication. Go into work with this ideology of wanting to present yourself and presenting your work in the best way possible. And trust me, people are going to see it, and you'll definitely grow to better heights. Thank you to the viewers and who are watching IndiGlobal Network. Thank you so much for having me here and interviewing me here as well, Mr. Sudheer Goutham. I really enjoyed my time, and I hope you enjoy listening to the content here today as well as all the other platforms also. Thank you.
IndiGlobal Media Network, taking innovation, collaboration and growth to the forefront.